Hey guys, I'm going to do a demo for you to show you how to do the perfect swaddle for your baby. I'm going to show you two techniques today, and it would be really great if you could follow along. I think you'll get the most out of it that way. So if you don't have a cute little doll baby to practice on, then just grab a pillow or a large stuffed animal and a couple small blankets, and you can at least learn the technique and become a pro at swaddling. So a couple tips for the best swaddle. The first one is always use two thin blankets. If you use just one blanket, your baby is almost always going to escape. The second tip is to do it nice and tight. It's going to make them feel super secure and snug and cozy in there, and I'll show you how to do that. And the third is to always keep them in their natural position, which is flexed. So babies normally have bent arms and legs, and you can just leave them as they naturally are. You don't want to try and force them straight in the swaddle, or they're just going to fight that. Okay, so however their natural bend is, you just want to keep them like that. Okay, so there's two techniques I'm going to show you, and I don't know what their official names are, but I like to call them the triangle technique and the square technique. So let's start with the triangle technique. You're going to take your two blankets and you're going to fold them into triangles. I'll show you how to do that. So basically, you're going to open them up into a diamond shape, so the point's on top, and you're just going to fold that top over. So that is kind of a triangle. If you have a bigger swaddle, you can actually fold it over so much that you have like a real triangle. But since my blankets are relatively small, I'm just going to fold it over about that much. And then you're just going to do the same thing with your second thin blanket and layer them. Okay, so we've got another triangle. We're going to place that on top. And then you're going to take your baby, or whatever you're using as a baby today, and you're going to place them just above the line so that you can get a nice fold over their shoulder when you do your swaddle. So the line of the blanket's going to pretty much line up with the height of their neck. Okay, so you place your baby here. And all you need to remember for the triangle technique is side, bottom, side. Okay, so either side we're going to start with. I'll start with this side. Place one hand on your baby just to stabilize them, and take the side and you're just going to bring it over. So nice and tight around the shoulder and tuck it underneath them. Okay, and then always just place that hand on top, and now we're going bottom up. And if it goes up so high that it's going to cover their face, just fold that down a little bit. And then place your hand again, and we're doing the last side. So you're kind of holding so that you can get a nice pull across and around. Okay, and now we're just going to repeat the same thing with the second blanket. So side, bottom, side. And you can start with either side, but I tend to like to alternate, so I'm going to start over here this time. So holding my baby nice and tight. Side, tuck that under, bottom, coming up, and I'm going to fold it down because this is a bigger blanket, and then the final side. Nice. And this last one, you're going to give it a nice tug so it's really secure. This kind of seals the deal here. Okay, and then you're just going to tuck it under, and you can kind of fold things up for style points, and that is your triangle swaddle. Okay, now I'm going to show you the square. So we're going to unwrap this one, and the square, it's not that different, but there's a couple differences. So instead of setting them up like triangles, yep, you guessed it, we're going to set them up like squares. So you're just going to hold it out like this. Mine are more like rectangles. I like to fold the very top layer down like a little cuff. You don't have to do that, but it just makes it a little comfier coming around their neck area. And it also just looks a little cleaner at the end. So, all right, second blanket, same thing, like a square, folding that little cuff if you want to. And then we're going to place the baby again just above the line so that we can get it nice and snug over their shoulders. Okay, so for square technique, the only difference is instead of side, bottom, side, we're going to go side, side, and then bottom up. Okay, so we're going to take a side, hold your baby again, over the shoulder and tuck behind, other side, over the shoulder and tuck behind, And now for the final step, we're taking the whole bottom and we're coming straight up. And then tuck both sides under your baby. Okay, and then you're just gonna repeat it with the second blanket. So we've got side, side, and bottom up. Okay, and you can fold it however you like for extra style points at the end. But this is your square swaddle technique. All right, happy swaddling.